welcome back once again to the Retrocade podcast, episode 14. I'm Phil.
Sean.
And it's great to be here. We're glad to be back. There's so much to talk about in the world of pop culture.
Quite the build-up.
Oh,
and we got an exciting little release right now.
Ooh, we got our hands on Ecto Cooler. Thank God.
Give a little hunt about discussion of the hunt for Ecto.
Oh, well, we're going to talk a lot about Ecto Cooler. I think we'll spend a few minutes on this. But, for those who don't know about what Ecto Cooler is and what the hell we're talking about and why we're so excited about it, maybe you can give us a little detail, Sean.
Essentially, it was a tie-in with Ghostbusters, I think 1989, essentially.
It was earlier than that. It was like 85, I think, when they did the tie-in for the TV show.
The cartoon.
They tied it in. It's essentially a high-C juice drink. It's an orange tangerine flavor. And they called it Ecto Cooler. They food colored it green, and it's supposed to mimic ectoplasm slime from the movie. And essentially, it was a tie-in, a promotional tie-in with Hi-C for the show, The Real Ghostbusters, that ran in the mid-'80s into the early '90s. And it was, a very well-loved drink. It's a great drink, tangy flavor, and it was, for kids of the '80s and '90s, it held very dear to us. And essentially, it went on, the promotion of it, or at least the tie-in, went on long after the Real Ghostbusters cartoon ended. I think that show ended in 1992.
I think 5 years surpassed.
More, actually. So they lost the license, or they discontinued it in 1997.
The flavor survived for 4 more years, till 2001. They rehashed it.
They renamed it. It was Shoutin' Orange Tangerine.
I just remember there's a green lips.
The green lips. I think the green lips is Shoutin' Orange Tangerine.
The last time you could actually drink the flavor, then they also named it
the last time you were
2007.
It's 2006, I think. We were
for
doing
the
our
tangerine, they also named it like citrus cooler for one point.
Yeah, exactly. It was Shoutin' Orange Tangerine was the lips, which came right after, which was actually very similar to how it looked, because
the appearance, it still had the green.
Exactly, it had the green look. Because originally it was the yellow box of the 90s, which was the 90s style. It was a yellow box. And instead of having a green Slimer on it with slime, they had these green lips. It was like green, lips coming out of a what's it called? A wave.
No, but
and then from 01 to 06, they changed it to Orange Lava Burst.
Citrus Cooler.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, Citrus Cooler, is that the name of it? Let me see. Yeah, you're right. Crazy Citrus Cooler, excuse me. Crazy
one little
Citrus
factor,
Cooler,
though.
which also still had green on the box.
That people overlook, too, is when it went to the tangerine name change, the color also changed.
Yes, they stopped using the green food coloring.
Because they all said it was a stain factor, too, where kids would, ruin their clothes.
Yeah, green everything, yeah. And, that's exactly it. And that was right around the time where they stopped using coloring in any of those drinks. And actually, most of them were actually just straight up clear. And that was like a selling point to parents. Like, it won't stain your clothes. It's like a clear juice drink. Because obviously there is juice in it. It's 10% fruit juice. But it's mostly sugar water. Delicious sugar water.
There's been a huge build-up for this. It's a cult classic of the juice box.
It is. We're a tremendous cult following for this drink.
And
we've talked about it a number of times on this show.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we've been excited for this, and just to get our hands on it.
Just to get our hands on it, yeah.
The official release day was during Memorial Day weekend.
It was Memorial Day itself. So
I had the assumption, like many others, Monday,
May 30th,
I'll stroll in the store, it'll be on the shelf, and I'll just pick up, and I'll be excited to see it. I'll buy it bright and early. Right. Way was I wrong.
We were very wrong. It was impossible to find in stores, at least where we are in New York City, Staten Island, New York.
Hasn't hit Staten Island at all. Hasn't really hit the city at all. There's upstate New York got a couple hits. Jersey got a couple hits.
Here's me shaking it.
And Coca-Cola realized they fucked up.
Yeah, Coca-Cola really botched this one. I mean, granted, this is not like a video game release or a movie release. It's a drink release, but they underestimated the massive demand that because say if you had 1 million people that wanted this drink really bad, like 1 million serious followers, that's fine. But 1 million followers is not just good. We're all adults now. We're not buying one sleeve of these things, all right? I'm going in there and buying 5, 7, 8 sleeves if I see them in stores, and most people are going to follow suit.
I'll easily drop $50 and clear the rack out.
Clear the rack. I'll clear the whole rack.
A rack of Hi-C drinks in the shelf, $3 a pop.
$3 a pop, exactly.
So I buy 12 of them. It's $36.
And now, of course, and that's obviously not bad for something we've looked so long. You wouldn't just go and get one and drink them all in one day.
Absolutely not.
You want a whole stockpile, just like any collector. You buy 3 of whatever it is.
So Phil luckily got his hands on Amazon. And,
day of, I looked on Amazon, and Amazon did not have the cans when I first looked. I think I refreshed the page like an hour or two later, and bam, there were the cans available. Only for Prime members. You have to be an Amazon. It's from Amazon Pantry, but you need to be a Prime member. I'm a Prime member already, and if you're not a Prime member already, just sign up for Prime.
I joined Prime just to get it, and I haven't been successful. Yeah. So upon 4 hours of your purchase, I'm like, all right, let me jump on it. Found out. Sold out.
Yeah.
Hasn't been in stock since.
It hasn't. I've been refreshing pretty much very consistently, and it's been unavailable since. So I got the cans. I bought 3 cases of the cans. And the beauty of the can now, it originally did not come in can form, at least not 12-ounce can. Pretty sure it came in the big jug where you use the opener, like the big circular.
And I believe that was before our time as well.
Yeah, it was probably only late 80s. Yeah, in the 90s it was just the 6-ounce juice boxes. But I think, in my opinion, Coca-Cola is very wise to make it in cans now because an adult, there's obviously a lot of adults looking for this. An adult buying the juice box, I mean, exactly, it's all adults. And, what the hell is an adult going to do with a 6-ounce juice box? I have this in my hand right now, and, it's so
miniature.
It's so miniature,
And if you think about this, too, like, even if, you have kids, and your kids drink High C, or they're going to lunch or whatever, packing their lunch, you're buying High C, but you're not giving them the Ecto. You're giving them the fruit punch, the grape.
Fruit punch, berry cooler, whatever the hell.
Like, the Ecto is mine.
Ecto is an acquired taste here, right? Although
I'm
probably going to give some to my cousin's kids because I want them to
experience the glory.
Experience the glory of Ecto Cooler.
So I'm looking at the package in front of me, the juice box right now. And it's the retro look.
This is the 80s look of the box. This is how it originally was. In fact, it's the original High C logo.
The old logo.
The old logo.
It has more of the fruit is prominent.
Yeah, the tangerines tangerines are prominent on the front, which was not the case with the 90s version. The 90s version had a cartoon Slimer on it, and it had you can take a look at it. I have a shirt with it,
it has an orange.
It has a cartoon,
like a space orange.
Yeah, it's an orange or tangerine. Oh, I think that's Slimer running around it. Like that's supposed to be Slimer's. Slimer's kind of stream. He's just ran around it. Now he's drinking. The Slimer's drinking the Ecto Cooler on the box.
And this is a Slimer from the cartoon.
And that's the Slimer from the real Ghostbusters cartoon. The same animation for him. Yeah, and it looks great. It's my favorite box. Obviously, that's the one I grew up with.
Nostalgic because that's the box we drank in the lunchroom.
Yeah, but I think that's the best animation on the box, mainly because it has that great Slimer on it. And
you got to realize too. I'd say maybe 60 to 70% of the Ecto purchasers remember this box, not this one.
You're probably right.
We're the later.
We are the later bunch.
When we liked Ghostbusters,
it was on
it was on the
tail's end.
It was
dying.
It was almost extinct. Even buying the toys was like
buying the toys was hard to do. Still in the early '90s, I remember I was able to get some of my toys. It was like the final rack at KB Toys in the Staten Island Mall, and that was it.
I remember Toys R Us had
just got them hands. No eBay back then, so you couldn't.
They had like a discount area where like getting like the old stuff.
Right.
You would sometimes find Ghostbusters gem in there.
Get lucky, you get a gem in there or two.
Oh my god!
Gems for us, old garbage for others, because like at that point, I guess Power Rangers was very prevalent.
When you're a 7-year-old and you like an '80s franchise, and it's 1995. You have this is before the eBay or the internet.
Before the eBay, you couldn't really get it. There was no Craigslist.
Retail brick and mortar was your only shot.
That was it. Yeah, this was your only chance.
All right, so let's crack this drink.
Let's crack it open. Let's get it done. So. Here we go.
It's pretty exciting.
This is exciting.
It's been
the juice box.
I'm gonna go with about 18 years since I last drank one, give or take.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go 97, so it's at least 18 years. So probably more. It's
juice box in hand. So take a sip. I would like to see the color. Well, we got a can later.
We'll
perhaps.
Get a can and just take the color.
Right, taking a sip.
Here we go.
Wow.
Pure nostalgia.
It feels like I entered a time machine.
It really does, man.
It has a taste. It's definitely complete sugar, but
it's so sugary.
The aftertaste is what I distinctly remember.
That tangerine aftertaste. It really is.
It has a slight tartness to it.
It's got a tart, tangy taste because it's a sweet tangerine.
It starts sweet and then ends tart.
Yeah, you're right. It starts sweet. I guess that's the orange, and then it's tart, and that's the tangerine.
It's unbelievable.
It's funny, this little 6-ounce can, 21 grams of sugar. That's a lot for 6 ounces, you know, because it's supposed to be a juice drink.
So,
80 gram. 80.
what do you
80
think
calories.
you're paying in gram if you do the mathematics on this? You said these juice boxes cost you $60.
I had to. The juice boxes I could not find them anywhere. They're supposed to be in
They're
stores.
still not available.
They're supposed to be in Walmart and ShopRite. I have not seen them. I didn't want to do the hike, and I just wanted them. So I went on eBay and I paid the scalpers. I think that I'm pretty sure the sleeves in stores, you can get them for as cheap as $2 a sleeve. I paid 10 times that. I paid $20 a sleeve for 3 sleeves. So it cost me $60 for 30 6-ounce juice boxes, $2 a juice box.
So I work in the beer industry, but I meet people that work Coca-Cola and stuff when I'm on my routes. So I asked the lower level Coke guys, Ecto, what's the story? No idea.
They have no idea.
And the ones that
Did they know what the hell you were talking about?
So before I asked, one of them was like, "Yeah, man, I've been looking for it, man. I have no fucking idea. Black guy, nice guy.
Cool."
And then so one of the bosses around, the bigger guys. So I bring it up to him, and he goes, "Yeah, it's botched. It's a little disaster."
Yeah.
He said
way too much demand.
He said realistically, at least in Staten Island's concerned, and majority of the United States, it won't hit shelves till July 7th.
I could not wait that. There was just no way I was waiting that long.
So that's almost 5 weeks after the initial release that they're actually going to have it on store shelves.
Get the hell out of here.
So these scalpers are going to have a field day. Because Amazon, technically, is the only supplier online. And they probably have it in stock for an hour.
Yeah, it disappears. The funny thing was that after I had purchased the 3, I had noticed that they had a limit 8. And then I refreshed again.
They limit 4.
They reduced the limit. They limit 4 because everybody was getting 8. They were getting. You'd fill up 2 pantry boxes.
Why would you not buy 8?
I bought 3. I should have bought 8.
Fucking 15.
Even my mom, who very much vividly remembers Ecto Cooler as a kid, she even wanted to try it. I gave her and my dad a can, and they were like, ooh, because they remember it too. They were the ones buying it. So
I remember personally requesting my mother, like,
of course,
buy Ecto, the Slimer Ghostbusters.
The Slimer Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters.
And that's the beauty of it, you know. I think I only vaguely remembered that it was actually tangerine flavor, you know, but I remember
telling my mother, and she just knew it as a Ghostbusters drink. She knew the name. This Ghostbusters juice box, that's what she would buy.
Yeah. And it's great, man.
It's fucking...
I love it really is liquid nostalgia. It is a great drink. It's obviously made sugary. I wouldn't suggest drinking too many of these.
I just look at this juice box, which is fucking miniature.
Yeah,
it's 80 calories.
So tiny.
It's 80 calories.
80 calories in this tiny 6-ounce thing, you know.
6 ounces, yeah.
It's so tiny. You can warp through these. But that's what I'm saying. Smart of them to make the cans because if adults are drinking this shit, adults, I can drink 7 of these. I can drink the whole sleeve.
They're not around here. But it's a more obscure movie theater company called Cinemark.
Cinemark, right?
They had a good tie-in with the Ghostbusters.
Yes, they're having a tie-in with the new movie. Obviously, this is all coming out for this new Ghostbusters movie.
Of course, which
it goes
is the
without
most
saying,
disliked. The trailer is the most disliked movie trailer in YouTube history. But that's another fact. We're still talking about the positives of the Ghostbusters release, which Ecto Cooler being. So for this podcast, I said, let me try to get my hands on the lime green Twinkies that were released.
Right. They also, for the tie-in,
not available.
They've made lime green slime Twinkies. It's a key lime flavor on the inside.
And the reason they did the Twinkies was you don't remember the first movie, Egon.
That's a big
Twinkie reference. And
that's a big Twinkie.
That's the whole reason they did Twinkies.
Which is great.
It's genius,
The internet's hating on the movie so much, you might as well do some tie-ins that they might enjoy, Who can hate on that?
It's a cash cow, because I'm going to spend my money on it.
Oh, yeah. On the key lime things? Or
I
the
don't
second
even like key lime, but I'm going to buy a package.
Everybody's saying. Nobody likes key lime, yet they're all buying it. And they also have the Ghostbusters Marshmallows tie-in for the movie. But I haven't
Stay
found
Puff kind of gimmick?
Yeah, they have.
I haven't seen them.
They have a white, I think it's like a white marshmallow and a green one. The green one is, I think, shaped like Slimer. The white one is shaped like, I think, the emblem, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there, and I haven't seen those either around here. But people have had them. But I wasn't going to go too far in low for those. The Ecto Cooler, there was no chance. I paid for this. I paid the scalpers, so they screwed me. But
so I noticed too, right? You're paying exorbitant rates here in the United States. It's only released in the U.S.
They're only released in the U.S.
So what if you're, in London or somewhere, and you're like, I want Ecto?
Let's see what's going for on eBay UK.
That's gonna cost a pretty penny. But the thing is, I don't know the initial release back in the day. Was it abroad? I couldn't tell you. Perhaps Canada.
Yeah,
I would say
Canada.
maybe Canada.
Maybe Canada.
I doubt anywhere else.
They have all right. So they have cases of it, of the cans on eBay UK. It's 30 plus shipping though, so it's like 40. It would be like $40 for the cans, and they're actually $7.75 on for a set of 12 cans on Amazon. Plus, you have to pay the pantry fee, which is $6. But you could fill the pantry box up with four. You could fit max 4, so you could fit your pantry box 4, and it's $6 shipping. It comes to less than $10 with the tax and the pantry shipping. Comes to less than $10 a case.
So it's
You're
interesting.
paying less than $1
I'm
per
looking
can.
at the photo history of the packaging.
Beautiful. That's great, right there.
And the tangerine, I remember. The Crazy Citrus Cooler, I've never seen that package. This one, right
yeah.
here. 2006. It only lasted in the market for 1 year. I've never seen that package.
No. I mean, how could we? We were 18 at the time. We weren't exactly searching for high C.
You're 18 high school, you're getting drunk. And
yeah, exactly. You're not looking for high. You're not being nostalgic yet.
If I was aware of it, we certainly would have indulged.
Absolutely would have indulged. I didn't really know or realize it at the time. When I started getting a real hankering for the resurgence of Ecto Coolers about 6-7 years ago, my earlier 20s, I was really thinking about it. Summertime too, just like this, where we really was like, remember Ecto Coolers, amazing, blah 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 blah, and searching for anything. I was actually searching for Crazy Citrus Cooler, not realizing that it had been discontinued about 4 years before. So what we did was, the closest thing at the time was Juicy Juice made an orange tangerine flavor. We threw food coloring in it.
I feel like it couldn't have been that.
No, it's not the same. It was more. I think it was a little thicker or whatever.
It's probably healthier too.
Yeah, it's 100% juice. But
it was no health in ectoplasm.
No, okay. This is a sugar taste drink. I mean, because it's funny, because as a kid, this was kind of considered a little healthier than soda. But when I look as an adult and I look at the ingredient list and I look at the amount of sugar it's got, it's like this. I wouldn't give this to my kid every day. This is like a treat.
Well, at the time too, we were kids. There's soda machines and everyone's
different
junking
world.
fucking
different
out.
World.
Yeah.
The '90s were not as health conscious as it is today, So it's a different world. But all in all, if you're looking for it, keep looking. And it's
good
great.
luck.
Good luck.
You want while it will hurt, you can find it.
Yeah, you can get scalped. I've spent $100 on it.
You want to buy retail? Yeah, right.
Yeah, good luck finding it retail. But I mean, it's awesome. It's back. It's the same thing.
Honestly, it felt like going in a time machine.
It really
in
does.
1996.
It really does.
There's no price to relive those days.
No, yeah. It's right now. It's got 5 stars, 81 reviews on Amazon. It's number one bestseller in the pantry.
It's identical to what I remember.
Yeah, it's the same.
That's what's important.
Right.
Exactly. I would like to see the texture of it and the full green effect.
Yeah. I put it in a glass already. It's maybe we should pull out a glass. You want to pull out a glass?
We could do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Hold on. Sean will keep chatting to me.
Yeah, we will. So, I recently saw the X-Men Apocalypse while we're stalling here. He's getting the can ready. Overall, decent. The problem with the X-Men movies, generally speaking, is it's hard to develop that many characters at once. Because typical superhero movie, you have 1 or 2. Spider-Man, Batman, etc. You build a character, you develop it. X-Men, you got 15 guys. It's a little hard to focus individually and develop. You have the Wolverines are easy, Magneto, Xavier, sure. But the more relevant characters, it's a little more difficult. He's getting this ready here with these.
Here we go. So we'll talk about X-Men Apocalypse in a minute too, and also we got to talk about Civil War. That's how far back we go here.
This is numerous round of coverage.
Yeah, we got a lot to do with coverage here.
It's interesting. He's using these '80s Burger King,
the 70s and '80s Burger King Star Wars cups. My glasses. These things are very near and dear to me because they're so classic. But here we go. I'm gonna take Ecto Cooler.
Color of this green.
Oh, it's great. We'll
concoction,
take a picture of it and put on the Facebook page. Here we go. It's got a little to it. They do that with all cans.
How many ounces is the 12
This is 12 ounces, yeah. It's not actually carbonated, obviously, but 41 grams of sugar in this. Not as much as Coke, I don't think, but...
Nah, Coke is about
He's got a Coke.
80 to 100.
Nah, I think it's like 60 per 12-ounce can. So it's something ridiculous. Tons of sugar in that shit. Same thing with like Sprite or anything like that.
Well, take a look.
What do you think of that, Sean? Well, let me get a picture of the page here. But it looks golden, right?
I mean, it is liquid gold right now. They
It is
say
liquid.
Velveeta is liquid gold.
Velveeta.
This is, well, you don't like saturated fat in your macaroni and cheese? That's not what you...
No, I'm good on that.
That's not what you're seeking. Alright, so this guy's taking snapshots. We gotta progress this.
We gotta keep.
Yeah, it's a
excited
certain
though.
bright green. It definitely has a slime hue.
Oh, it's got the slime.
it's
Look how
almost
green it is. Come on.
It's identical. If you look at Slimer, this is the color he would be.
So here's a little tidbit. So I don't know why this happened. So I've been drinking this pretty much all week. Like I've been having like a can a day. There was, I think, the
I
day.
made him save cans. I'm like,
Yeah.
make sure you save.
Oh, of course I was gonna save. I still have case upstairs, but I was drinking so much of it. I was pretty much drinking it with every meal. I had a chicken roll the other day. Ecto Cooler was my drink. The dinner, Ecto Cooler was my drink. But so I went camping the other day. So we're drinking tequila, and now
camping as well. Actually, it's pretty.
yeah,
fun,
you went to camping in another place. I was at I was beach camping, and so I had a few shots of tequila, and then so I started. So I had about 3 shots of tequila, and then I was like, you know, I'm gonna start. I had brought my Ecto Cooler with me in my cooler, and so I pull it out and I start chasing the tequila with the Ecto Cooler. Now, so I
was
have
gonna
about.
say I would like to drink this with maybe some vodka.
Yeah,
perhaps.
no, vodka would probably do it really good. The tequila was fine with
Tequila
it.
though is a little overpowering sometimes. It has a very distinct.
Well, I like tequila in the summer, but it went fine. It was a good chaser for it. I didn't mix them. I just used Ecto Cooler to chase it.
Oh,
And
so about a mixing.
mixed drink. You got like a citrus vodka of some sort would probably be perfect. We should definitely do that. We definitely got to do that. Me and Chris Amodi used to talk about it all the time. We used to call it Slimers. We'll get a citrus alcohol, put Ecto Cooler in it.
We'll get some. Wow.
Yeah, we'll mix it up nice. So we'll put, and then you garnish it with like an orange or like a sliced tangerine, and there you go. It's called a Slimer. It's genius. It's beautiful. So that's our creation. But anyway, so you know, I have a few of these Ecto Coolers, and I have about 4 shots of tequila now, and so I go to take a whiz, bro. I shit you not, my pee was green. And that hadn't happened earlier the week. So it must have been something with the alcohol. Maybe the alcohol made my pee clear, and the Ecto Cooler made it green, man. My pee was green.
So I don't see that dyes in this thing.
Yeah, it's got red
It says
and
yellow 5, blue 1.
Oh, yeah, yellow and blue make the green. How green is it, though? Tell them.
So,
yeah, cheers to that.
Cheers to, the old days of Ecto. Now, so what's the story of you freeze it, or it gets chilled, there's a slime appears? Is that on the can, or how does that work?
It's on the can. Essentially, it's cold activated.
So it's like the Coors Light blue can.
Exactly, same thing. Essentially, the slime kind of lights up, and it gets more prominent. You could still see the slime when it's not lit up.
It just gets a little more. The green gets accentuated.
Yeah, the green gets accentuated, and it looks cool. Actually, it looks better when the whole can looks better when it's cold. Yeah. The green gets more lit up. It's particularly the slime over the high C logo.
I mean, the thing is, it's hot. I don't remember the color too much because I typically drink in a juice box.
Typically drinking in juice boxes. Yeah, I remember it being green, but like you said, typically, unless you had we got the white. The box come with the white straw. Unless you had the clear straw, which did the '90s ones have clear straw?
It's hard to tell, to be honest.
Let's see a picture.
And to look at it too, I almost predominantly drank Ecto in the lunchroom at school.
Yeah,
I didn't drink it at home.
That was the main venue.
Because the juice box are like for your lunch.
Yeah,
so I typically
you drink a glass when you're home. You know,
soda or what have you.
Right. Let me see the box. No, it had a white. The '90s version had a white.
Yes, that's what
it had a white.
The color I don't
white
remember.
Straw. It wasn't it was an opaque straw, not clear.
I don't have a vivid memory of the color of in the back days. I don't honestly.
But very green. It is delicious. Oh, this is an interesting tidbit. These are 6 fluid ounce boxes. I have a picture of the '90s one.
A little bigger.
6.75. They're a little bigger.
I just remember being I feel like it was a little wider.
They're a little wider. You're absolutely right. They're a little wider. Yep. They were just a little wider.
Fucking length.
Same length, same height. A little wider. A little more girth to it. I don't know about. I think even the '80s ones might have had even more girth. Let's see what the size of the '80s ones were.
Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know why they only made him 6 ounces when they make the.
So your urine was bright green, or is it like a green?
It was green. It wasn't the same color as the as the.
Oh, so I'd be a little worried.
No, it wasn't. But it was green. It was straight up green. Not kidding you. Yeah, it was. Replace like the yellow of your pee with a green of that similar level.
Like drinking Four Locos. There's so much dye.
That would happen too, right? I never really messed with the Four Locos.
It was a college thing.
Yeah.
Pretty awful.
Oh, here's a picture of the 80s one of the similar style. They were 8.45 ounces. So it went from 8.45 to 6.75, now to 6.
So yeah, the Ecto's nostalgic. It's great.
Yeah, but yeah, I know. Could only go so much
about
about vintage juice drink, but it is a great one. It's funny we spent over 20 minutes talking about.
X-Men when you were getting this set up.
Go right ahead. Yeah, X-Men Apocalypse.
So again, I liked it. It's hard to develop the characters. There's so many, and that's typically even X-Men's problem.
Mm-hmm. Now
you have a limited amount of time, and some people said the movie was too long.
Did you feel that way?
I thought Civil War was longer than X-Men was.
Was it? They're similar time.
You usually have a window of 2 hours, 20 minutes, give or take.
Well, I think they were both a little longer than that, though. They're both like 2 hours 30.
I liked X-Men. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't terrible.
Okay. That being said, it's all right. Its runtime is 2 hours 27 minutes.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, you were pretty accurate. Civil War one time is 2 hours 27 minutes, same exact time.
It's pretty strange. It's on exactly.
Yeah, exact minute by minute. They're the same length of the movie. Yeah, they're about the same. And okay, but
let's talk about the strong points.
All right, the strong points of Apocalypse. I'm going to give you my. That's the strongest point, right? This is spoilers.
He's absolutely awesome. First,
spoiler review.
Futures Past, great.
Yeah, he was great in Days. That scene is awesome. That's my favorite scene. It's the funnest scene to watch.
Like the kitchen.
When in the kitchen, he's got to stab everything. When Quicksilver slows, you see everything in Quicksilver's time.
It's rare where the movie character surpasses the comic book character tenfold.
Yeah, but
it's usually vice versa.
He's so fun to watch.
The actor
and yeah, he's on point with it.
Awesome. And he has this kind of unique 80s kind of punk weird style.
Yeah.
But the gray
fits
hair,
well.
He's kind of a weirdo, but he plays it off fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. He's really one of the funner ones in this movie.
So yeah, Fassbender and McElroy do a great job.
They do great jobs as usual. Any faults of the movie, you can't blame them.
My qualm with Magneto, I felt, was a little better in Futures Past.
Yeah.
This Magneto, how the fuck is he a family man in Poland?
I know.
Look through the comics of Magneto's
that never
history.
happened at any point.
He's kind of like a deadbeat dad. He has kids all over the place.
Right.
He's not in their lives.
He was like in this one they made him like a secret family man hiding.
That's not Magneto's character. Magneto has his own agenda. His family is secondary to his agenda. Whereas this one, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna like live in Poland and fucking work in a fucking steel mill.
Right.
Didn't make sense.
No.
Didn't make sense at all.
Yeah, I mean that didn't bother me too much. I thought the scene where, spoiler alert, it's the last time I say it, is when his daughter accidentally gets killed and then he slices them all up. I thought that scene was well done.
So I'm thinking he has daughters, and Scarlet Witch being one.
Right. Are they tying that in or what? Well,
they can't because of movie rights.
Oh yeah.
Disney Empire owns Scarlet Witch because she's seriously prominent in the Avengers.
Wait, but but it's all Marvel Studios.
For example, Fox owns X-Men rights.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, excuse me.
So it kind of zigzags. Like Sony used to own Spider-Man.
No, you're right. Yeah,
it all zigzags.
Yeah, because of the rights. Excuse me, I made a mistake there. Yeah, it's still.
Yes, the Marvel characters, but with the specific movies in question.
No, you're right. No, that's still like on 20th Century Fox.
Whereas if you notice, in Age of Ultron, there was also a Quicksilver, and he was fucking terrible. He was like some Russian asshole, and he sucked.
Yeah.
He had the trademark like gray hair, you know.
Yeah. Well, in Age of Ultron, you're saying he was the Kick-Ass played him. The kid from Kick-Ass. He was the kid from Kick-Ass. He was in the Godzilla movie. He's Scarlet Witch's sister.
Yes.
Even though and that's supposed to be Magneto's son.
Well, I don't think you've seen all of Age of Apocalypse because he kind of says. There's a scene. I
missed the end.
He's like, well, that's my father. Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
But he doesn't say anything to Magneto. He just kind of meets him. He's because because he's like, "Why are you getting involved in this?"
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"I want to meet my dad." Blah blah blah.
But didn't he? Wait, but they met each other in the last movie, though, right? You know?
They did, but I don't think he was aware of it at the time.
Okay.
They didn't explain it anyway. It
All
wasn't
right,
mentioned.
whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's all there's gonna be continuity errors. They're
So
fucking
that's what I
comic
thought
book
when
movies.
His daughter was like in the woods and the Polish police roll up. I thought that was gonna be
Scarlet Witch, because she had some powers. She was doing something.
But
Some offshoot. Was that a character made for the movie?
I think it was just made for the movie.
Yeah. Sounds
She
about right.
inherited the mutant ability and
Yeah.
killed her.
Yeah, she had some mutant ability because she was about to flip out, and then they friggin' gave her the old arrow to the back. Should I say?
Arrows. What the fuck?
Well, they did that because they didn't want to make.
What kind
Because
of fucking arrow kills two people? It's impossible.
why the wife got killed too? Yeah.
Sleeping or you?
I was.
Narcolepsy?
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that's how much I cared about this movie.
Apocalypse, yeah. It's been all over the internet since the Pixar announced Ivan Ooze. I thought he
Yeah.
looked pretty fucking strange.
It's true though. I thought he looked. The second I seen the picture of him, I was like, that looks much more like Ivan Ooze.
He didn't have like his face just looked awful.
Yeah, it looked more like Ivan Ooze than
The
Apocalypse.
initial Apocalypse face
Has
There's
that two-tone kind of lips look.
Yeah,
you know,
he
like
has like the lips. The lips is exactly what I was
you
gonna
need
say.
that. You need that.
Yes, he's got a crazy lips.
Yeah.
And more flatter face.
Yeah.
His face is like kind of prominent. His
Prominent.
Big nose.
Big nose. Well, he's got the Oscar Isaac nose because he is Oscar Isaac.
But the
and
Apocalypse, the lips, and the face also. Apocalypse is like blue outline, but a white
yeah.
linear face.
Yes. It really looks more robotic, or because it doesn't look human. This Apocalypse was essentially
It's like a weird alien, like
Yeah.
blue alien.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one looks like an android kind of deal.
Right.
Yeah, his origins, he was a pharaoh, etc. But
Yeah.
the cartoon comic Apocalypse
That was much better.
was 10 times better, and that's what they should have did.
I love that
people
one
were
because that was
turned off-
that was the big bad of the TV show. Because I was a fan of I wasn't the most knowledgeable about the X-Men TV show at the time because there was a lot of episodes. I didn't see them all. I was more of like a master of the Batman animated series because I saw every one of those. But when that show was on and Apocalypse came on, you knew he meant business because he was the one just shooting lasers and whooping ass.
Well, he's the biggest baddie.
He's the
of
biggest
show,
baddie. Yeah.
as far as power is concerned.
Yeah.
Well, Magneto's sort of, I would compare him to Vegeta in a Dragon Ball standpoint,
Right.
where he is never going to be a hero, but
No.
he's sort of an anti-hero where he'll
Yeah.
help out from time to time.
He'll help out to fight the bigger baddie. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When there's like a common enemy,
Yeah.
he swoops in, and they always swoop in very end when like all hope is lost.
Right.
They show up and help out.
Hell, exactly.
Never say, "Oh, thank you," like fuck off.
Yeah, and then they fight the next. They'll fight each other in the next episode.
So that's pretty much Magneto is like a Vegeta type, I would say, 100%.
Right.
And that's why, like, when it also disappointed me there's been 2 new Dragon Ball Z movies. The first of the 2, Vegeta became his family guy as well, and I'm like, this fucking defeats the character.
Yeah.
They used to be his absentee dads that didn't give a fuck about anyone. That made them likable.
Right.
You know, they're a villain, but they cared slights.
Yeah, they weren't the ultimate soulless, heartless villain. They're a baddie, but they're not
But
the
when they are,
baddie of no turning
they
back.
have emotion and they like their families. You're like, I
Yeah.
don't like this character.
They're not
anymore.
the Emperor. They're more like Darth Vader. You know.
I want to compare to Vader. 'Cause
Well,
Star Wars,
Vader was redeemed
I
at the
feel
end.
like
You
the
know.
Star Wars lore doesn't translate fully into this sort of comic realm.
No. Oh no.
Well, DBZ would even be animating more specific, so they're kind of
Yeah.
crossing numerous
Okay. Yeah,
genres.
that's fine. Fine analogy there.
But yeah, I mean, Psylocke, she looked really hot, but
She looked
she
great.
had like 6 roles.
What did she say? Like four words.
Her costume.
I don't even remember
her
what she-
costume was on point.
She
it
looked
was identical
to
the
the
comic book.
comic, which was great.
Closest of any of them.
Yeah.
Costume was
Well,
just-
Jubilee was very close to the TV show. You
I
know.
think she had one line.
Yeah, I know. Right.
It's
Did she
funny.
do anything? Did she do any?
So I read that Psylocke had this big red sash.
Okay.
They cover up her ass, essentially, in the because her costume, her ass is like really. prominent.
Yeah, it's out
So she wore the red sash to kind of cover up her ass for the
role.
They
Yeah.
don't want her ass being like.
Yeah, dangling
Too
out in front of
fucking
everybody's
big,
face.
exactly.
Yeah, because it's like a kids movie. Was it PG-13? I don't even remember.
It was PG-13.
Yeah. It's,
You can't have PG fucking.
no,
movie.
I know.
It's so fucking.
Not
terrible.
when you're destroying the whole thing and slitting the throats
I
of
was a little
war
disappointed.
soldiers.
Suicide Squad is PG-13. They just released the rating for
Would
it.
you have preferred it to be rated R?
If you're gonna do the Joker, go radar, go home.
Yeah. I work for Deadpool. They're just not taking the right chances.
Well, Deadpool was the first.
Blade. Blade was the first comic book movie to be
a
rated.
Very kind of obscure character within the right. I mean, Deadpool's obscure.
Deadpool's obscure.
A bigger thing.
Yeah.
So is Guardians. Guardians is a smashing hit.
Yeah, but Guardians not rated R.
No, it's more humorous.
Yeah, lighthearted. More like a Star Wars, lighthearted adventure.
Well, they are making the next Wolverine rated R.
That's going to be the final one, though, right? I don't think he's going to do any more.
Hugh Jackman, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know they're never going to retire it. It'll be like a James Bond thing, The search for more money.
Years.
No, they'll keep making. Well, but I think this is his last one, so they'll find somebody else making. It's the search for more money. They'll never end it. They got the rights. Why not milk it? They know that these things, these characters, mean box office. They box office bucks. They're not. They've got that brand.
Old Man Logan apparently is going to be the last Wolverine, which is a famous graphic novel.
Okay.
So he's an old guy. Everyone's trying to kill him.
Yes.
I think
I never read that one, but I've heard.
And apparently Wolverine doesn't age, right? But if you look at the first X-Men movie,
in '99, right? It was
to him now.
Yeah.
Absurd how old he looks.
Sure, no, his face looks much older. He looks mad young in the first one.
He's even skinny, kind of.
He's much more jacked now.
He's way more jacked.
Because he got
more
mad
wrinkled,
older. Yeah.
I
thought about
what Wolverine always would look like.
Yes.
The old first X-Men movie.
He's young and soft,
like a fucking ween bitch.
It was different because in the 90s, you didn't need to be like really jacked to be a superhero. Look at Michael Keaton, and you had like all the Batmans and shit. None of them were big guys. Nowadays, like superheroes are jacked. Like Captain America is jacked. Thor is jacked.
Henry Cavill and
they were huge and
Affleck.
That's like the thing. I guess fitness is a big thing now. And being bulked, so all these guys looking bulked.
Suit, so
he doesn't need to be bulked.
He can't be like fucking frail, but
he doesn't have to. He just needs to be medium build or average build. He doesn't need to be like a monster like the other guys, because
Wolverine has to be jacked.
Yes.
He rarely wears a shirt.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to be jacked. His veins need to be popping out of his biceps.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then that's why all that works. That's why, and that's why the last few movies, like, it's very believable, and that's why he is a great reason why he is a great Wolverine. Just at least the dedication to of Hugh Jackman to the character. Oh yeah, no, I was reading his regimen. It was like on bodybuilding.com, all the his workout that he was doing, lots of deadlifts and all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, it worked really well for him. That was getting jacked.
So how'd you like Civil War?
I liked Civil War. I'd say maybe a little more than I liked Apocalypse. I didn't see. All right, I haven't finished Apocalypse.
Polished, I think.
Definitely more polished. Not as weird to say that it's not as overstuffed as Apocalypse, because it's obviously stuffed with characters. You got the Black Panther. You got.
What I think of Black Panther.
What?
He doesn't have any fucking powers.
No, it's just he's got a good suit, right? That's about it. It's kind of like an Iron Man. He's got a good suit.
Black guy, I'm a cat.
Yeah,
he's up like a cat and
scratch people. Yeah, he's got like a strong suit. Who built him that suit? Just because he's like rich? What the hell is it? It's a suit. It's gotta be a suit. He doesn't have superpowers.
Explain. He has some. I don't really know much of his history.
He's like a quote skilled warrior, but the suit gives him that extra boost, right?
He's from some fictitious country, but it looks like Zulu Nation type.
Yeah, whatever, Uganda. I don't know.
And I just didn't get it. I'm just angry African diplomat. I'm gonna fight crime in my Panther suit.
Well, his father died, so he's pissed off.
Yeah, sure, you have a reason.
That was his motivation. That was his character. Well,
chase cars.
Well, I don't believe. Yeah, I mean, when he turned into the Black Panther, I was like, yeah, would this guy really choose a cat, or a panther? But maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's like the panther was very dear to them.
I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to comics, and I never got into Black Panther, so I couldn't really tell you.
Yeah, no, I just knew he was going to be in the movie. I didn't really know much more than that. And I was welcome to see him in it. He was fine. It
bothered me at the movie. I liked it somewhat.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like it was overstuffing a little bit at that point.
The big fight scene, though.
Would you say that's the highlight of the movie?
Though, for me.
Yeah. A little lighthearted.
They are going to kill each other.
But that's the thing, though. You can't have the good guys murdering the good guys. And they almost did at the end, but...
Well, it was actually
a little
amusing.
PG.
So we actually saw it together, a bunch of friends.
Yeah, Sean was conking out at scenes.
And friend Jeremy as well.
Yeah, you guys are making a mockery of it.
When went to crash to his death.
Oh,
he
yeah.
started cheering. And
He's cheering.
The whole movie theater looked at us in complete
assholes. Yeah, they were really making a lot of in the theater that night.
It was just amusement. But,
yeah.
Again,
I thought he was done. I thought he was done. They should have just killed him off.
Should have died. It would make the story a little bit cooler.
And it would have made you maybe fear for some of the other characters and some more weight to it. Yeah, character
backlash.
Yeah, like a big.
Iron Man's more jaded.
Yeah, exactly. No, they didn't kill him off. They just crippled him.
Marvel, they're not gonna die.
No, nobody's gonna die. You need him for the next movie in box office bucks. Although he looked really old though, Don Cheadle. He looked like he's aged a bit since the last one.
A positive I did like. I thought the new Spider-Man was great.
That should be fun. He was great, and that should be fun. The next one, the standalone Spider-Man movie. I mean,
he looked like more of a Peter Parker than we've seen in the past.
Yeah, he's
jokester.
He's a funnier character than what we've had in the other movies.
Way better than the Garfield. Way better.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
no. Garfield didn't make much sense. Somebody I had heard on the internet made a point. He was like, "Oh, well, he was too good looking," and somebody was like, "Well, what does that have to do with it?" Like, well, a lot because Peter Parker was like a nerdy nobody, you know.
Like bullied.
Yeah, he was bullied, and he had pimples even in the comic book, and he's just like a typical little nerd, you know, and an everyman.
You have Garfield.
Garfield was like
bully him.
Yeah, too slick, like, you know. And so I liked what's his name's portrayal of him better than Garfield's the first one.
Tobey Maguire.
He was
better than Garfield as well.
Seabiscuit was better than Garfield, but this kid, he's got hopes. It's good. He's young. He's got a lot of.
He was great, and if you look at the costume, the costume was more retro looking as well.
Yes, they had the tiny eyes.
Fancy.
No, not too fancy, not too sleek.
Features,
no,
not like all high tech.
No.
Basic.
Back to basics. Followed the old school look to it, and that was great. And a lot of his shtick was good too. And now, what'd you think of the Buick Skylark as Aunt May, Marissa Tomei?
I like that. You know, Robert Downey Jr.'s like, "This is your aunt."
Yeah, the hot aunt. You had to make a point of it, you know.
I think like in the movie off scene, he banged her for sure. He got Tony Stark, he had some money.
I know, right? Yeah,
like nicer apartment, let's fuck.
In the in the fictitious world of Marvel, yeah. Tony Stark wanted a piece of that. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. wanted a piece of Marissa Tomei too. Yeah. So in both worlds, he smashed that. Hulk
that
smash.
Is the best I've ever seen anybody look, without a doubt.
I would compared to Grandma from the original one. Finish it! Deliver us from evil!
Without a doubt.
Yeah. No, he was really good. It was good. He the banter was good. I loved his Star Wars reference. You see that old movie Empire Strikes Back? You know, alluding to the Adat Walker.
Paul Rudd, good. He was
fine.
Solid Ant-Man.
Solid Ant-Man.
Some comedic relief a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was funny. Sure. And you didn't see much of him. It was more just a cameo, but a little more than that.
Still a movie good.
Half
hour of it.
Was it that much? Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 20 minutes. Because they introduce him, like, you're here, too, to fight, and they get in the line to fight.
Scarlett
then he gets big.
Yeah, she might be eye candy. She's getting a little older now, but...
You're what's wrong with the internet, Sean. She's getting a little older now. But it is true. She's getting older now.
Her character... You have no fucking powers. How are you fighting these people? What is your point? What do you do? You're a spy. Yeah, I'm sure you're a brilliant spy. How are you fighting Captain America? There's no possibility.
Word.
Hawkeye fucking sucks.
Word.
We shoot arrows. I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
Vision was cool.
Vision was cool.
He's massively powerful.
Yeah. But Scarlet Witch keeps him in check.
Well, you could tell this kind of the beginning of their relationship, which is weird. How do you have sex with an android? But
yeah, is that what he is? He's like an android.
Well, if you saw Ultron,
I did.
They kind of, he's built in like a cocoon device.
But was he built because he's like a autonomous? He's like a creature. He's like alive.
He's alive, but he's like a cyborg android.
I guess because it's kind of Jarvis, right?
Yeah, he's not. He wasn't born.
He wasn't born.
Created.
He was created.
Big difference.
But why does he wear that costume then?
Not a costume. That's his fucking face.
That's his face. But what about the
makeup?
What about his cape? You got an explanation for that, Sean?
If you're gonna fly without a suit, you need a cape.
All right,
it's kind of like
all right,
an unwritten rule.
Unwritten rule. All right, we'll allow it.
If I would fly, I would have a cape.
Yeah, I guess.
If you fly with like a robotic.
Hey,
suit,
they don't wear capes in DBZ.
Well, that's not comics. Again,
Okay.
That's more Japanese.
All right, Sean's got an answer for everything right now.
If you want to explain the Japs, that's a whole other story.
Oh no, they got their own world. They got their own logic in the world of fantasy
Have their own
cartoons
weird
and
shit,
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
But sure.
So she learned to say a pretty interesting Killing Joke, which is really, super, acclaimed, famous graphic novel.
Right.
One of the explanations of the Joker's backstories, which he has many. There's no clear, but this is one of the biggest, most renowned, well-known.
Mm-hmm.
So having the original voices, Conroy and Mark Hamill reprise the role. And it's getting released in theaters for one day and one day only.
Okay, now let's talk about this for a moment. I believe it's getting released one night. It's going to be a weeknight?
I believe it's a Monday.
It's a Monday, July 25th. Is it going to be widespread release? Now, it's really weird. It says one night only to see it in theaters.
So it's getting shown at Comic-Con first.
Right,
like
San Diego.
4 days prior to the one-night release. It's rated R.
I'll have just left San Diego when that happens, or I'll been San Diego the week before, so I'm missing Comic-Con.
First DC rated R, first animated comic book rated R movie.
It is. And
it's a super dark story. I'm not gonna spoilers, but
no. It's directly based off the comic book, right, or the graphic novel.
He paralyzes Batgirl, Barbara Gordon.
Well, you spoiled it, yeah.
No, I mean, at the ending I'm not, but he shoots her in the spine.
Now we've got Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill doing the voices. It's very serious. Now the animation, not the same kind of animation that it was for the Batman animated series. Just the voices.
I saw a trailer on YouTube. Completely new animation.
Because
the animated series had a more retro.
Had a Art
1920s,
Deco.
1930s.
Yes, that the Art Deco style to it.
The animation's entirely different.
Yeah, right.
But,
do you like the new animation? What would you say? Because I haven't seen the trailer. I've just seen stills.
It's for a movie. It's better.
Yeah.
It's sharper.
Yeah. Well, nowadays it's probably very
quicker.
HD, clear, crisp.
It came out 20 years after the animated series. Maybe
more.
25.
That's the animated series. I think the first year was what, 90, 91?
93 probably.
Well, no, I think it was a little earlier than that. Man, the animated series. I mean, it might have been 93, but it's still earlier than that. Season 1, 1992.
All right, so we were kind of in the middle ground.
Yeah. But so we're 24 years.
They also are making I need to see Batman and Superman again because I saw it when I was abroad and I was really hungover.
Yeah, I'd give it another shot too.
Well, they're making the home release is rated R.
Right. Yes. There's darker.
I think that's gonna be better, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it another shot.
I'll give that a shot too.
I'm gonna watch it sober, and
Yeah. No, for sure. That hope maybe, but I mean, it's just weird because it was dark as it is, and we're gonna make it darker. Do you think that's gonna make it better?
So there was an interesting backlash behind the failure of that movie.
Right.
It was DC's,
Would you call the
Brothers.
movie a failure now? I mean, we're gonna go on Rotten Tomatoes and see what it's going for. What it's at. Batman v Superman. It's got its percentages why isn't it not coming in?
Well, I was saying the backlash from the movie was they kind of clean house. They like we need a new
they got it at
outlook development. And Jeff Johns, which is well known from the New 52 Batman,
would you say
it's unbelievable job.
It's got a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean that's very low. Civil War's got I think a 90% right now. 27% Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice smothers a potentially powerful story and some of America's most iconic superheroes in a grim whirlwind of effects-driven action.
So it was a little disappointing. There was big rumors that the Justice League movie was going to be sort of a tie-in with the Injustice storyline, which was awesome.
Right.
The video game was fucking unreal.
So I've heard.
The comics are great. So there's a lot of rumors building up to that. Even Angels and Demons, which is an animated movie, a famous story arc, which is really good. It's kind of an alternate universe.
Right. I've heard of that. And
so he kind of put it on Twitter maybe a week ago. He said the movie's just going to be called Justice League.
Okay.
So millions and millions of dollars at work to sit in a room all day. They said, we're going to call the movie Justice League,
But is it going to have any relation to Injustice?
They haven't released story arc, but there was a lot of rumors flying around. The brilliant minds at work said we're gonna make our title is called Justice League.
Well, it's part 1, so they're obviously doing a few of them. It's essentially their Avengers, right? It's DC's Avengers.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
I mean, they're going forward with it. I mean, compared to what these last movies have done, what do you have hopes for this shit? I mean, they just keep fucking failing. You're a DC guy. They just
need to make it more polished and need the story to be more cohesive.
Zack Snyder's directing Justice League Part 1. He directed Man of Steel, which in my opinion wasn't that good.
It was okay. I didn't mind.
You thought it was better than Batman v Superman? It's got 27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
You see, I have a friend like yours, like you,
that just goes by the Rotten Tomatoes things. I'm just going by what the consensus is. Most people saying it ain't that good, and I think even the internet agrees.
I need to rewatch it. It wasn't fantastic.
Yeah,
it was a little disappointing.
If you give it a rating out of 5, what are you going to give it? Batman v Superman.
2.5, 3.
Yeah, I mean 2.5, 2.75. I don't know if I could get it to 3. 3 is like if I watch it again and I'm like, all right, then I could give it a 3. It's certainly not like a great movie. See, but you have higher expectations for Justice League, even though the Man of Steel and Batman v Superman have been pretty much critically panned.
I do.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns, as I mentioned before, who pretty much single-handedly was in charge of the New 52 Batman, which was phenomenal.
Right. That's good stuff.
In every regard. Just absolutely amazing.
Sure.
So
well known within the comic book community,
comic
DC particularly, yeah.
And Warner Brothers,
right.
They kind of were like...
It's funny, because he's been around the block for a while now, right? It's funny that he hasn't really had any collaborations on the cinema movies before this.
They kind of were like, listen, we need a new direction.
Yeah, they need somebody else now.
This movie,
but Zack Snyder's still on pace. He's on to direct.
Deadpool actually made slightly more money than Batman Superman.
That's crazy. Batman Superman should make so much more money.
Batman Superman. Think of the fucking names.
Batman and Superman, no less.
Deadpool.
And side character
10 years
Deadpool.
Ago, you ask 100 people who the fuck Deadpool is.
They shrug their shoulders, have no
3
idea.
out of 100 who know what Deadpool is.
When did they do the... All right, that was the first Wolverine movie was what, 09? The shitty one? I think it was 09. So
there's 2... They're both pretty shitty, honestly.
Yeah, the first one.
The standalones weren't
the
that
first
good.
one with Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
He looked like a gay... First off... Deadpool's disfigured. That's part of the character.
Yes.
He had no mask.
No Deadpool outfit.
Looked like normal Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, but with it's freak. 2 samurai swords. Yeah.
He looked like a gay fucking ninja.
It was terrible and not at all comic book accurate.
No, it's fucking abysmal.
Yeah, it was pretty abysmal. That movie.
It's funny it was still Ryan Reynolds though. That's just
they still went with him. Even 7 years later, they still went with him.
But the fact that Deadpool made slightly more money is astronomical.
That's so crazy.
That's a loss. I don't like
tremendous, yeah, but mainly because, listen, I see Batman and Superman in theaters mainly because I heard it wasn't, and I didn't want to sit through a 2-hour, 40-minute movie that I would be fucking snoozing through for an hour.
Well,
that was my logic
in the last podcast. So I fell asleep writing Frank Doomsday. Just hungover, long night, partying. I'm in Montreal.
Yeah.
I wake up to like bagpipes playing at a funeral. So I wake up like, who the fuck died? And I was talking to my friends, and they were like, you fell asleep during the biggest action scene in the entire movie.
Are you talking about when Superman died?
Correct.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you see the casket, and like the dirt levitates.
Yeah, he's not.
You can't kill fucking
No, you don't, Superman.
No fucking way.
Sure.
So yeah, listen, Jeff Johns, he's a huge dude, and they need a new direction, and I think it's a positive direction.
But what is he doing for them? He's going to do Injustice.
Basically, like, in charge of creative development, kind of running the shots.
Okay. But he's not directing, right?
No,
he's not a director, yeah.
He's a comic book writer.
He's a comic book nerd, yeah.
So he's kind of in charge of the creative aspect when it comes to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll say, Snyder, this is stupid, you're not doing this.
Which is what you need. You kind of need a little bit of a fanboy to tell these fucking directors that think they know what they're doing, like, no, don't go that route.
You need a creative aspect that knows their shit.
Yeah. These guys,
you don't need these corporate fucking fat cats that just, we need more explosions, more tits. No. You need more of the story that makes sense.
Sure.
That's it comes to comic books, that's the story's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, special effects. You want some hot girls. You need a story that works.
Right.
Batman, Superman, he had too much shit going all over the place. And the weakest part of the whole movie, Lex Luthor was fucking terrible. And the guy, Jesse Eisenberg, he's actually not a bad actor, I would say.
Just improperly miscast in this movie, or
didn't
maybe
represent Luthor properly.
No, Luthor's not like a crazy guy, maniacal guy. He's like
Donald Trump.
He's like exactly. He's not a joker.
He's this billionaire, like maniacal guy that wants to have power.
But he's more serious. He's not
No,
like
but
a
he's
jokester.
not like a jokester. He's like very serious and very about attaining power.
Yeah.
He's not like maniacal.
He doesn't want anybody to get in his way, especially not no Superman.
He doesn't have ulterior motives.
No, his motives are pretty clear.
His motives is I want power and money.
Yeah, like
he already
I want
has
power.
money. He wants power.
Yeah, he wants power. He wants control of everything.
Where Lex Luthor is kind of eccentric, hipster oddball, and that is not the character.
No, it's not the character.
So we'll finish this off with some Rogue One talk. There's some rumors on the internet. There's some rumors going around that they're doing some reshoots. That's known.
Yeah, that's the big news, is that a lot of Rogue One reshoots have been going on, mainly because the Disney execs have seen it and they said, this is too dark, we need levity, this is, Star Wars, this is not as happy as, or is, fun as maybe a Star Wars movie should be, even though Rogue One is, supposed to be kind of a serious war movie, but they've been doing reshoots. But even though reshoots for movies are pretty standard, it happens a lot.
It's hard to really ground the rumors, 'cause some are more drastic than others.
Yeah, I've heard some, like you had mentioned one earlier, that they're reshooting almost half the movie.
Half the movie, rampant. Disney is... So, essentially, there's rumors there's a 40% of it's going to be reshot.
That's
40%
a substantial amount of that movie.
It's half the movie.
Yeah.
And basically everything that I'm reading is Disney wants it to be a little more kid-friendly, which bothers me, honestly.
Yeah.
I want it darker, because Rogue One, essentially, so it's the Empire at its fucking prime.
Yep. It's Empire before New Hope. They built the Death Star.
The Empire at its prime, it's gonna be a fucking gritty universe. In the
and
Star
this is
Wars.
supposed, and this is it's an offshoot of the Skywalker series. And you might as well just make it a war, a little more serious war movie. We could. I think we could handle it. A Star Wars movie with
That's the thing. Knowing me too is
a little more grit.
You know me. The Empire is my favorite of Star Wars. Fucking lore.
Naturally, sure. I mean, me too, though. What am I, a Rebellion fan? I mean, the Empire.
The Rebellion are terrorists.
Like Sean's they're terrorists. They're bringing spices. They're disgusting.
Think about it. Look at Saddam Hussein. We go in there. We destroy their republic. Iraq is a fucking war zone. They're running water and they have bombs. What Saddam Hussein, give him the asshole he was.
Yeah.
Iraq was a
genocide.
Functioning city.
Yeah, he kept everybody in check. He kept everyone in check.
People that lived in Iraq, they can go to the bar at night. They had entertainment. They had a life.
Yeah, we destabilized.
They removed Hussein. They have no life.
Wild West at that point.
They can't go out at night.
No.
It's chaos.
Yeah, chaos. Wild West.
So sometimes you might need an asshole in power to keep things in check.
Yeah. Who were we to come
agree on his values?
No, he did some sleazy shit,
it's
man.
Subjective.
Death.
Morality's subjective. But we're not going into this.
No, let's not get political
I'm
here.
just going into the Empire.
Yeah, Sean's comparing the Empire to Saddam Hussein.
So yeah, that's one of the qualms I have with Disney buying the Star Wars franchise to begin with. Because you look at the best Star Wars movie in almost everyone's opinion, even critics are concerned, it's Empire.
Yes.
Strikes Back.
No, it's my favorite.
And it was the darkest, grittiest.
Yeah. The darkest, grittiest, serious, but still tons of humor. So I think that was what the Disney execs had saw. They were like, "There's not enough levity in this." There's a lot of Empire is the darkest and the grittiest of it, but there's still a lot of levity in it. There's still a lot of humor. Feel like what? Like we're being watched.
Look at how the movie begins. They're on this remote base, and they get fucking killed and destroyed and flee.
It's great.
Luke is in hiatus.
I love how in Empire it's the reverse, as the big battle against the Empire is in the beginning, as opposed to every other movie where you build up to the big battle. They do the reverse,
and they lose,
which is fun,
And you hear about Jabba the Hutt and Boba Fett. Well, actually, you don't see Boba Fett Hutt till 3.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi.
But you hear about Fett. And my favorite, honestly.
What if he doesn't
the
survive? He's worth a lot to me.
The squad of the rogue gallery. Just brief 5-second scene when the Super Imperial Death Star.
Yeah, the Super Star Destroyer, Emperor Vader ship.
The rogue cast, the best bounty.
Vader called the best bounty hunters in the galaxy.
And they couldn't have more coolest of shit. They looked fucking.
They look
awesome.
great. It's and it was sick because like the Emperor Vader personally had to call in other guys so you knew.
Nice calling these assholes on
No,
board?
yeah, he didn't want to do it.
If I can name
Yeah, and try to name them. Let's go. 6 of them. I know. Yeah, Bosk is 1. That's that 4-Lam. You got it.
Dengar.
It's 3.
Fett.
4.
IG-88.
Okay.
Suckers.
You got all 6. Yeah.
No, they were my favorites.
Nice.
Actually,
I was surprised you got 4-Lam and Zuckuss. I thought you were gonna.
those are the harder ones.
Those are the less known ones. Because like it obviously goes the most known Boba Fett, then IG-88, then probably Bosk, and then Dengar, and then the other 2 are kind of like a blur. Even Dengar should be a blur for a lot of people.
Yeah, they don't recognize it. There's a book that came out in the late 90s. It was a series of books. It was Tales from Jabba's Palace.
Yes, I remember.
Tales from Mos Eisley.
Yes.
And Tales of the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
I own all 3, and they were fucking awesome.
In fact, I have your Tales of the Bounty Hunter here, don't I? Isn't it the?
I think I lent you that book 12 years ago. And lost with time.
Yeah.
But they were great books.
Yeah.
They gave you a lot of backstory lore.
Yeah.
That's another thing I like about the Disney takeover is
all the old
backstory is fucking wild.
All the old legend stuff is thrown out the
General
window.
Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Huge fucking
The Thrawn trilogy, Heir to the Empire, which I've read. That's a great book. I still suggest reading those 3 books, even though they didn't really happen.
Not like it's
no.
It's almost like they just erased history.
They did. They erased about 300 or 400 novels worth of stuff, all gone.
It's
a lot of crap.
But Thrawn was one of the cooler.
That was the best stuff though. The Jedi Academy ones. The Darth Plagueis novel and the Thrawn trilogy.
20% that was really good.
Maybe less.
That was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Thrawn being part of that.
Definitely. No, the Empire, the Heir to the Empire, Dark Forces, and the third one. Let me see. Thrawn trilogy.
They kept printing books. And
yeah, that was the early '90s when you didn't have much Star Wars. Yes, and of course, Shadows of the Empire.
The '90s was better. It's the 2000s, I think, were most of the crap.
It's Heir to the Empire in 1991, Dark Force Rising 1992, and The Last Command in 1993.
No,
that trilogy
was
is amazing.
The good fiction.
Yes,
good books.
definitely good. Because you didn't have Star Wars right now.
I think like 2005, 6 just came out crap.
Yeah, well, they were just pumping it out for bucks, I think the best novel to come out of that time period was Darth Plagueis by James Luceno. I have a book written by James Luceno, is Rise of the Dark Lord, and that's not bad. It's about Vader's rise from episode 3 and 4. That is now Legends too.
Did you ever read Shadows? I mean, the video game's amazing.
Yeah, I have the novel in the other room. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. That's another one on the list. That's now doesn't.
Daizo never existed.
Black Sun did though. Black Sun is canon right now. I don't know if Prince Izor is canon. I don't think he is.
How do you do Black Sun without Prince Izor?
I know you have to, but
it's like doing the Foot Clan with Ninja Turtles without Shredder.
Right, it doesn't make any sense.
Prince Izor is the Black Sun.
It's not official yet. He should be. I'm hoping somebody from the back end will make sense of it. But Black Sun is canon.
But to me, again, there's no Black Sun without Izor.
Right, because he was the leader of. It was a criminal organization in the Star Wars world.
I remember when the figures were in their prime. There's a little small Shadows figure.
Yeah, they had a little tie-in. Well, the mid-90s, they were kind of created.
The purple back to
the figures.
Which is preluded Mace Windu's purple saber. If you realize.
Yes.
I just know it was a purple back.
Yeah,
it was actually a purple saber.
Purple saber.
But you're like, what the fuck, a purple saber?
No, there was no purple saber.
Yeah,
and then Mace Windu came out with a purple saber in 1999.
But Izor was like a hot figure because it was like the new.
Yes.
Green guy had a ponytail.
Yeah, the ponytail is a green reptilian.
He was a reptilian alien.
Reptilian humanoid. And muscular badass and.
You know what's worth bucks is actually Slave 1
the Shadows of the Empire
Slave
version.
one.
That's the one I had. I didn't have it in box. I mean, I don't have it in box.
It's worth more than the other versions.
Yeah,
it was very
limited edition. Because that was when that time period was when I was buying all my toys. And that was the one I had. I had the Shadows of the Empire one.
Like $500 for that.
Well, I didn't. I don't even have the Slave one anymore.
But that's the thing with it.
But I remember when I got it. It was an early Saturday. It was like fall, mid-90s, and I got
your dad pay like
whatever it was at the time.
I'm guessing $50.
Those they might have been 40 or 50. But those boxes at the time, I don't know if you recall, but those boxes got beat up very easily. They were thin. The Power of the Force boxes
I almost got none of the fucking space like the.
Oh, these space. Yeah, like the
ships.
medium-sized ships. Did you have Millennium Falcon?
I had a fucking land speeder.
That was it? You never got the Falcon?
I never got the ships.
Wow.
Turtles?
What'd you get for Christmas at that age range?
Turtles, I had the sewer. At the
Yeah,
Technodrome.
you were more into Turtles than I was.
I had the Ghostbuster house.
Yeah.
But at that stage in time,
Yeah, well,
Star Wars is prevalent.
yeah, the toys. Well, you weren't just not getting it. You weren't into
I
it.
don't know what the situation was.
Yeah, no,
I
it
didn't
was
get none of the fucking big ships.
ages 8 to 10. Ages 6 to 10. Yeah, it was very big for me.
Never got the ships.
Yeah. Yeah, like that was when I was collecting all my toys, or really after that. And in fact, I'll tell you what got me. I'll tell you what I stopped with the toys. 1999, Phantom Menace came out. I bought none of those toys.
See, Phantom Menace, I bought a shit ton.
Did you?
I
Okay, I did the opposite. Once the Phantom Menace came out, I would love the original trilogy as a little kid.
Last licks for Star Wars collecting.
Yeah,
Phantom Menace.
the problem with me was that Pokemon came out, and that took precedence over Star Wars at that point.
I never forget the excitement of the original Pokemon cards. The first 3 sets.
Yes, base set, jungle, and fossil.
We went to school with a kid, Brandon Zimmerly.
He was the first one, yeah.
But he
For
lived
getting
next
off
to the mall.
Yes. This
And
is
we
great
were-
because I remember every detail of this, and this is going back 17 years.
We're like avid Pokemon card players.
Very avid.
And he got this jungle set, which is second set to come out.
In fact, because it was. Remember, internet was very vague then. You didn't know when there was release dates or any of this shit.
And there's no these are new cards coming out.
No, exactly. There was no.
Open a pack and those are new cards.
All new
things. Look at
things.
this artwork.
Yeah, all new artwork, all new. So I remember exactly how it happens. The early morning, we're in the auditorium, and somebody says Brandon Zimmer's got the new set of Pokemon cards. I'm like, no. And then I see him in his hand. They're different cards with the symbol on it, and I'm like, let's just be calm here.
The logo was the Vileplume.
Yeah, exactly the flower. And I remember let's everyone just be calm here, because it was such a huge deal that I was just trying to be calm instead of going nuts.
At school ended, everyone's like, "Yo, drive, we gotta get cards now."
Exactly.
Get me cards
that
now.
day, it was I think it was spring. When did it come out?
Tuesday, Wednesday.
It was a weekday. Yeah.
I just remember, you can get the cards.
I want to see the exact date that it came out. I'm gonna look the internet up. But it was because I'm pretty sure it was spring months. Oh yeah, June 16th, 1999, and that's right after Phantom Menace came out. So
99, correct?
Yeah, because Phantom Menace came
month of
very busy time period because the Phantom Menace came out a few weeks before the Matrix came out. Yeah, the Michael Bennett's birthday party is when we seen the movie. In fact, Michael Bennett, guess whose birthday's today right now? Michael Bennett's birthday, June 9th. No, it's his birthday's tomorrow because my mom's it's his birthday's June 9th. My mom's the 8th. Today's my birthday. Yeah, send him a happy birthday because that's just so funny that we're talking about it because his birthday's June 9th and this is June 8th. We're recording this, but yeah, we went to see the Phantom Menace for his birthday party, but then right after that, Jungle came out, and that was literally, instead of getting the toys for Phantom Menace, I got very little. I didn't really get much for Phantom Menace.
That was my last lick.
Yeah,
Star Wars collecting.
That was when I converted from getting away from toys to Pokemon cards.
Resurrection, because I look at your mantle.
Oh yeah, well that was it, because I had shared Pokemon, I shared Pokemon cards too, but I'd shared Star Wars figures with a friend. And in the end, he took them all, and I had none. So in the middle of high school, I got mad depraved of I was like, oh, I wish I had my old figures. So what I did was I went on a spending spree on eBay in about 2004. I bought a bunch, and I kept them in box. And then 2 summers ago, I went on another spending spree. I spent about $1,200 on toys. And I have them all out here. Yeah, I have 2 AT-AT Walkers. I have a bunch of
I haven't bought any
ATSTs.
Star Wars since Episode 1, really.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a while back. Nah, I had a hankering. There was a part of me that needed to... In fact, I was having dreams about them. And the dreams stopped once I bought
cards,
them. Yeah.
So I was curious. Let me look at the newer cards,
Sure.
And I feel like... Which is the opposite of Magic. Because Magic, the old cards are overwhelmingly powerful,
oh yeah,
groundbreaking.
Black Lotus and Time Walk and
whereas the
Power 9.
Pokemon, the old cards, you can't even play them.
Why can't you?
Maybe the Professor Oak, I don't know the new trainers.
You like the trainer cards
I
or
haven't
whatever?
looked at the trainers, but the Pokemon themselves, you know, the max HP back then was 70, 80, 90.
Sure.
Cards are 100 HP.
Oh, really? Those would be monster.
Like, at a Pokemon standpoint, the old Pokemon are completely useless.
That's funny.
I'm sure, like, a Professor Oak was just a broken card.
It was. Of course it was. That's like the exact opposite of Magic, how
No.
the older cards are broken and the newer cards are very,
No,
contained.
It's entirely opposite.
Sorry,
'Cause
opposite.
the
They just made them
cards-
much stronger.
The Haymaker, which is the deck we use, prevalent.
Yeah, that was like a
We did very well at
Hitmonchan,
tournaments. We were
Electabuzz.
We were actually renowned players.
Yeah. I was the number one Pokemon player in the world at one point.
Top data regularly.
Yeah, top
Regular
data, all the
basis.
top tournaments. We were
Regular
huge Pokemon. I'm surprised we've never really talked about that on this podcast. We've talked about Pokemon a lot.
We'll have a Pokemon
We gotta have a whole
guest.
Pokemon episode.
We'll have a guest.
Yeah, we'll talk all Pokemon. Have a full Pokemon episode.
But yeah, the new cards don't train. It's the direct opposite of Magic.
That's funny.
But we're gonna finish this off.
Yeah.
Good luck on your Ecto Cooler hunts.
Yeah, good luck on your Ecto Cooler hunts, man. Shop right, Walmart or the brick and mortars are gonna have them. Keep refreshing on Amazon like I'm doing. In worst case scenario, you want to waste the money, go right on eBay and trim.
Don't do this. Don't give those scalpers.
Yeah, it's true. Don't give the scalpers money. I mean, I did it. I'm not one to. I just needed them.
July 7th, they should be in your store.
Okay, so
you want to wait another month
from now, then we'll have a whole summer. This will be the summer of Ecto Cooler. That's basically
stock up because you're gonna miss it.
What was the store in the mall that we were able to get the jungle from? Was it Electronic Boutique?
Could have been Babbage's.
I don't think it was Babbage's. Was Babbage's downstairs?
It might be the one up by the food court.
The Electronic Boutique. Yeah, that was the
Electronic Boutique.
That was the one I bought it from.
GameStop bought them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what's there now? A GameStop?
No, I think it's a shoe store or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's only one downstairs. There used to be two video game
Yes.
stores.
Yeah, the one downstairs. The video game is the one downstairs.
As far as we've had more conversations.
We brought up more conversations in the old stores that of yesterday.
Mall ever anymore.
No, I couldn't even. I was at Macy's recently, but not in the mall itself.
Late 90s, early 2000s, the mall
was a spot.
The mall
More on leverage, but we're in a different world. We're not in a brick and mortar world anymore.
Tie up the cast and
yeah, we'll top it off.
We'll in the next episode, without a doubt.
Yeah, we'll get some new content in. Also, we're gonna do a full video review with a few other guys of the Ecto Cooler. We'll basically rehash what we've talked about now, but we're gonna do a video. You can see us with the cans and the cups, and we'll sip it. And it'll be on the YouTube page. A lot of people have been asking for that, so that's why we're gonna be putting up. We'll do that shortly. Hopefully by the weekend, I'll have that up on the Retrocade YouTube page. Like us up on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page. Importantly, we throw a lot of schlock up there, and the YouTube page, of course.
YouTube's getting a lot of traction.
YouTube's getting a ton of traction. We've gotten we're getting subscribers every day, more subscribers. So, and I keep getting asked for more content. So I'm going to put the rest of the podcast up on YouTube too, so you can rewatch the older, re-listen to the older ones, and then we'll have some video stuff coming up too. And plus, I put up all sorts of cool little documentaries and snippets that I have in my little stock. So that's it for this week. We'll be coming back soon, and enjoy your week and keep watching the stars.